Let's talk about missing values now. We saw in the previous video that some of the columns in the Titanic dataset have quite a few missing values. So the age column has 177 missing values. Cabin is a bigger problem because it has 687 missing values. That's quite a lot out of 891. Embarked just has 2 missing values. So the best approach for now is to just get rid of the cabin column. And what we're going to do is I'm going to use one strategy for the age column, and I'm going to assign you a different strategy in the homework assignment. So overall, the approach, there are different approaches that you can use to address missing values. Again, you can remove the rows that contain the missing values, but you have to be careful in using any of these strategies. So if there are few rows, then you can just get rid of the rows. For example, for the embarked column, it's just two missing values. So it's not going to be an issue too. It's okay if you remove those rows. But if there are too many missing values in a column like the cabin column, it's better to remove it. Again, there are more advanced approaches, but as a first step, it's just better to just remove the column with too many missing values. The age column, we're gonna use. So I'm gonna drop the rows in the age column as one strategy in the lecture, and I'm going to assign you to replace the missing values with the mean or median in the homework assignment. And for the non-numeric columns, such as the embarked column, you can replace the missing values. You can also replace the missing values with mode, which is the most frequent value in that column. So let's do it. Let's drop the cabin column, and we'll also drop the passenger ID, the ticket, and the name columns. So you can use this line of code to drop the columns, and so now you're left with 8 columns. We started off with 12 columns. Now we have 8 columns. Just a comment about the name column. We're going to use the name column later on to extract the titles, but for now we're just dropping it. So the age column still has missing values, and embarked again has a few missing values. So let's just drop the rows with the missing values now. And so you can use train.drop NA to drop all the missing values. And so now you're left with a clean data set with 712 rows in the data set and 8 columns. And again, the code is again provided to you. Make sure you go through the code and run it and see. It's just the code has the commands I've discussed in the lecture, so make sure you go through the code as well. So that was it. So the next thing we'll do is, you can notice that what we're going to do is we're going to change the categories. We'll identify the categories in our data. So the survive column is definitely a category. It takes on binary values 0 and 1. Passenger class is also a category. It takes on 3 values, and so on. So we're going to identify the categories, and it is important to identify categories in order to build a machine learning model. So that was it for the missing values. See you in the next video.